I like when you're not entirely positive if it's true or not. What we propose in this film is not something you can disprove, right? So, right, and even that, like the eyes are coming back. So that gets me really excited because you could actually believe the narrative when you leave the theater. You know, and even now, like after Another Earth, like I remember, like I have this feeling when I walk out, and I've heard this from other people when they see the moon in a daylight sky, they're like, oh, it reminds me of Another Earth. Like I like grabbing the thing that's right in front of us. I'll tell you, there was one time I was on this island called Brioni in Croatia in the Adriatic Sea, and there are these old Roman ruins, really beautiful ruins, on the beach, and along the water are all these rocks, and like tourists are taking photographs of the ruins, and on the rocks there's dinosaur footprints, and you can go to this place and you can see the ruins and the dinosaur footprints. And what was so fascinating to me was the fact that this civilization had risen and fallen, and their kids had played in the puddles of the dinosaur footprints right there. But we didn't discover dinosaurs till much later. And they came and went without finding dinosaurs. And I was trying to think, well, what are our dinosaur footprints? Well, they're our eyes. What is it that we look at, what's right under our noses, that has such a significance that we don't realize and we just take for granted? And so that kind of inspired this story in a way. Do I believe in reincarnation? I don't know. I mean, mathematically, energy is preserved. Scientifically speaking, like nothing is destroyed. Yeah. If something is destroyed, it like manifests then in energy.
Yeah.
E equals mc squared.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, like certainly the molecules that make, or the atoms that make up you, or the most tiny things.
Absolutely.
Whether the ego or the id or the sense of self perseveres, I don't know. The casting of the film? No, I didn't really know I was going to make the movie until I met Michael Pitt. We sat down, we had a general meeting. We were both at William Morris, and we had a general meeting in Brooklyn. And
coffee shop, right?
At a coffee shop at Rabbit Hole in Bedford. We sat down they asked me if I wanted to meet Michael Pitt, and I had admired him for a very, very long time, so I jumped at the opportunity just to chat. And during the conversation, I was telling him about, like, I have constant flow of ideas and things sort of in different stages of my mind. And I told him the story of iOrigins, and he was like, that's really cool. Like, I'd love to hear more about that one day. Like, and that kind of set off a wildfire in my head to write it. Like I had it for 12 years floating around the ether, and I had written many, many things up until that point on it, but I didn't have this as a script.
Crazy, and immediately you both just shot it like right away, like 2 weeks later, right?
No, I wrote it 2 weeks later, and then we shot. That was in August, and then we shot August. We started at the end of January in 2013. And then it was 1 year in the making, and we released it at Sundance, like literally to the day that we started production, January 2014.